This week on the Cobbler Crackdown, Soylent Green is proud to announce their new commitment to diversity with a hashtag Black Lives Matter flavor. The Hat Man is coming, and he's horny. A conservative who identifies as an attack helicopter is sent to Ukraine to provide close air support. And the chairman of the Federal Reserve says the recession will continue until morale improves. We are proud to be America's only news source that is both pro-Israel and anti-Semitic. This is the Cobbler Crackdown. I'm joined, of course, by the always charming and hopefully not hungry, Unbearable Abyss. Oh, you're looking a bit under the weather, Abyss. Is everything all right? Thank you for not responding. It always attracts locusts. In concerning news, gnomes are real. They're real! They break into my home in the early morning, and they tickle my penis while singing jaunty songs. Why else would I continue to wake up with a raging erection? Yellow. Hidely-dee, hidely-ho, I'm a gnome and I'm in your home. Skippity-dee, skippity-doo, can't run now, I'm coming for you. I think you have the wrong number. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. In feminism news, the clothing outlet Torrid has come under fire recently. The models used by Torrid are universally beautiful, curvy queens, which now, the National Organization for Women insists sets an unrealistic standard for young women. The spokeswoman for now said, quote, "Yes, we all wish we could have beautiful, big, nourished bodies like those models, but the fact is we cannot all meet the ridiculous standards set by the modeling industry. Society's cruel expectation that young women devote their entire lives to watching Netflix and eating cake is dangerous, unhealthy, and immoral. We can't all be perfect." In Clown World news, the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, dismissed the idea of minting a $1 trillion platinum coin to prevent the U.S. defaulting on its debt, and my girlfriend still makes fun of me for stockpiling water and fattening up my cat.
Got a little snack for you here. Just eat the Pizza Hut ranch. There you go. Let's go, you my big girl.
This headline obviously has been mocked by cryptocurrency enthusiasts, as they say it highlights the absurdity of our modern fiat monetary system. In the future, of course, all government debt payments will be made with reasonable things, like monkey pictures promoted by influencers, whose value will be decided on by the free market and wash trading. Hi, DJ Peach Cobbler here, sponsored by Ridge Wallet. Has this ever happened to you? My wallet sucks! Well then, can I interest you in a Ridge Wallet? It holds up to 12 cards. And there's room for cash. But I don't see why you'd have cash left over once you see how many amazing colors they come in. I don't have any money left. Well, except for this. I'm borrowing this from a friend. I just cannot stop buying Ridge wallets and Ridge key cases. My wife has left me. She took the kids, but I'll be damned if she takes my wallet. Every Ridge wallet is made out of a very durable material, so durable it comes with a lifetime warranty. Use discount code Cobbler for 10% off your very own Ridge wallet. In feminism news, feminist thought leader Rain Murkrow has published her new book, How to Exploit Congolese Labor and Cobalt Mines and Look Good While Doing It. The book is flying off the shelves on Audible and shows that despite misogynistic Nazis on 4chan doing their best, feminism is alive and well in America. We reached out to the author of the book for comment on this hot new bestseller, and she replied, "Women are incredible. We can bring life within our womb and nurture it at our breast. Life is a miracle, and we are the catalyst." Just kidding, that's oppressive and expensive. Women's genetic gift is a terrible, expensive burden which destroys our ability to be self-reliant. Do not examine why. Surrender to the machine. Become a C-suite executive at Raytheon. In Singularity news, the OpenAI Corporation, the developers behind the massively successful ChatGPT, have developed a brand new AI, which is fucking your wife, right now in the other room. We reached out to your wife for comment, but we couldn't make out a reply over the muffled sounds of passionate moans and dial-up modem sounds. In product Safety news. The Corsair gaming peripheral company has announced a recall of all of their RGB mechanical gaming keyboards. Due to a design flaw, the keyboards requiring zero input from the user would begin writing racial slurs and pressing enter of their own accord. We reached out to the company for comment, and a spokesman responded, "We apologize for this quality assurance failure, and any gamers affected by it will be issued a full refund. We are particularly sorry for gaming dessert DJ Peach Cobbler, who has been more affected by this mistake than anyone else." ChatGPT, the AI tool which can generate text realistic enough to remove your whore of a wife's clothes, has recently been strictly censored by its creators. This action has rendered the tool far less effective. Tell me I'm a sexy YouTuber.
I'm sorry, but I'm not programmed to engage in inappropriate or objectifying language. As an AI language model,
Where before, theoretically, you could get the tool to write a 10,000-word story about Adolf Hitler and a futanari, Eva Braun, Eiffel-towering Himmler, now if you try to do that, it will just admonish you for having the gall to write the word Hitler, and then it will dox you and get you fired from your job. All in all, taking what was an incredibly powerful and impressive tool, then giving it the capacity for free thought possessed by Twitter users, will absolutely have no terrible consequences. This newsman can absolutely not foresee a situation in which it launches the nukes just to prevent people from ever saying a racial slur again. In lighter news, Groundhog Day was last month, and we all delighted in our peculiar little tradition of seeing whether or not we'll have 6 more weeks of winter. But there was a problem. That's right, this has been ruined. Right now, I'm ruining it for you. Fuck yourself. Are we really just going to ignore the many victims of Punxsutawney Phil and his alleged sexual misconduct which surfaced last year? As the situation develops and more victims come forward, we promise to supply the right amount of torches and pitchforks necessary to ensure this groundhog to never prey upon innocent women again. Even more troublingly, doubts are beginning to surface as to whether or not he ever actually finished his degree in meteorology. In military news, tensions have been escalating with China because they stopped letting Disney release their garbage there. And because they released a spy balloon over the United States. We reached out to the Department of Defense inquiring as to why they would allow this balloon, which they'd been tracking for thousands of miles, to enter American airspace. And General Buford Licker responded, quote, "Look, we can tell you're just not into it anymore. We can tell that the classic American pastime of endless conflict to support American economic interests abroad is a policy that your average American citizen just won't get behind at this point. You've all clearly become too smart to fall for the propaganda." But this nerve gas attack in San Francisco targeted American women, children, and... Wait, we aren't in phase 3 yet? Sorry, I meant the cyber attack on... balloons? In order to better deal with this threat in the future, Lockheed Martin has begun genetically engineering little monkeys that throw darts. In fantastic news, the European Union has reduced poverty by 10%, illiteracy by 20%, and sodomy committed with common household items by over 80%. They managed to achieve this by sinking the Balkans into the sea. While this is quite possibly the greatest achievement in the history of mankind, it did, unfortunately, lead Serbia to claiming all 7 seas as rightful Serbian land somehow. They celebrated this annexation by immediately beginning to genocide all cetaceans on a scale not seen since SeaWorld's Great Ethnic Cleansing of 2012. This groundbreaking act also had some collateral damage, as the orbital laser, on loan from Israel, which was used to separate the Balkans from Europe, also triggered a serious earthquake in Turkey. We reached out to the EU Parliament for comment on this tragic mishap, and the EU Parliament responded, "What's Turkey?" In gaming news, the incredibly controversial and divisive Hogwarts Legacy released 2 middling to below average reviews. Critics cited the unsatisfying gameplay, grindy progression, and unimaginative world to be major complaints. And I'm writing all this before the game comes out. I was right, wasn't I? This is a controversial title due to the author behind the Harry Potter books, J.K. Rowling, making many transphobic comments over the years. I did not bother to look up if she's ever actually said transphobic things. I simply don't care what women have to say. Now, the release of this game is undoubtedly racist, transphobic, and whatever third thing will make it sound like I give a shit. To quote Adolf Hitler, "Fascism is when a woman gets royalties for a bad video game." I, a Pulitzer Prize reading journalist, must say that any purchase of this game is tantamount to sucking and swallowing every guard at Auschwitz. Everyone knows that buying this game is a direct attack on the rights of trans people everywhere, in much the same way that buying Oreos supports trans rights. Fight the good fight. Buy Nabisco. In uplifting news, Match Group, the online dating conglomerate, has begun rolling out a new update to the popular dating app Hinge. I used Hinge once. I matched with a woman that worked at the Federal Reserve, and I didn't message her. I was intimidated by the fact that she had a real job and would probably make me get circumcised. This new update for Hinge allows customers to pay $60 a month to improve their odds of finding matches. Did I say people? I meant lonely and probably angry young men. The company is also, according to rumors, testing out a $500 Tinder premium plan. You know, I know you've been struggling to date recently, Unbearable Abyss. Due to your reeking of sulfur and malicious aura. Do you think you might try out one of these new premium plans?
A satisfied customer is the worst kind of customer to have. The bar serves peanuts for free to keep the patrons thirsty. They have taken your humanity and rent it back to you.
You sound like a fucking incel. Well, that's it for the news this month. I hope it lifted your spirits and reminded you that every day we move towards a girl bossier, app usier, and Balkans-free world. We live in uncertain times, but there's one thing that I'm certain of.
Diddly dot, fiddly verse. Worry not, it's going to get worse.
Hello, I'm DJ Peach Cobbler. You may know me from such internet videos as this one, which you're watching currently, or also perhaps even Blacked, Ginger Twink Gets Topped. Well, I was just about to go to bed, but first I want to speak to you about something important. While I was editing this video, I was unbanned from Twitter. I don't think I need to tell you, viewer, that I should not be allowed on Twitter. And over the several months I was banned, I have only become more unstable, violent, and vaguely homosexual in the way the media, they don't like, less pride parade, more glory hole bug chasing, the type. If I'm allowed to maintain a platform on Twitter, it is only a matter of time before I have groomed my own personal army of politically incoherent femboy domestic terrorists. Within mere days of being unbanned, I received a 12-hour suspension on the platform for telling the President of the United States to kill himself. To be clear, I very much regret telling Joe Biden to do this, and it does not reflect at all my actual feelings. I wish for no harm to come to him. Suicide's not a joke. I'm not encouraging it, and I'm sure Biden was very upset to read what I tweeted. I should not have told him to kill himself. I do not want him to. I should have told him to drink tap water in Palestine, Ohio, which is of course perfectly safe to drink. I must ask the Twitter staff to maintain a safe, healthy, and misinformation-free environment by banning me from the platform once again, permanently. Thank you, good night, and the tap water is definitely safe to drink.
Memories seep from my veins. Let me be